My bad, y'all. I don't know what happened because for some reason y'all could hear me, but I couldn't hear y'all. So this is a part two of episode 4 of JL's Litty podcast. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Make sure y'all share it out, tweet it out, smash that like button. I am JL MTV featuring I guess Joe Jordan, aka Mr. Refuse to Lose podcast. Um, let's see if people join up. Just waiting for people to join up. Happy Wednesday, y'all. So come on in, y'all. Hopefully the guests will come back. But if not, I'll have to go through this episode without the guests, but it's all good. But I'm gonna just continue where I left off. Now we talking about the Washington football team versus the Atlanta Falcons. Washington got the W over the Atlanta Falcons, 34-30. We had Taylor Heineke with 23 of 33 with 290 yards, 3 TDs. And then you had Antonio Gibson, 14 carries, 63 yards, 1 touchdown. Then you had Terry McLaurin, had a huge game against the Atlanta Falcons, 6 receptions, 123 yards, 2 TDs. J.D. McKissick, 5 receptions, 44 yards, 1 touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 4 receptions, 19 yards. And then we're going to switch on over to the Atlanta Falcons side. Matt Ryan, 25 for 42, 283 yards, 4 TDs. Cordell Patterson, 6 carries, 34 yards, 5 receptions, 82 yards, 3 touchdowns. Wayne Gellerman, 6 carries, 29 yards. Calvin Ridley, 7 receptions, 80 yards. Mike Davis, 2 receptions, 12 yards, and a TD. We were down most of this game. Washington was, and then Taylor Heineke threw that game-winning touchdown to J.D. McKissick with 33 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. So yeah, that was definitely a huge road win, a must win for Washington football team. So I Taylor Heineke, you know, he's a stud. He's definitely seems like he's slowly improving every game. There's some things he need to clean up, but other than that, overall he's a decent quarterback. Again, like I said, Terry McLaurin had a hell of a game. But not in my eyes, he's a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. Then you have next thing I want to discuss is the Packers versus Steelers. Okay. The Packers got the W over the Steelers, 27-17. Ben Roethlisberger, 26-40, 232 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They had Nigel Harris, 15 carries, 62 yards, 1 TD. Deontay Johnson, 9 receptions, 92 yards, 1 TD. They had James Washington, 4 receptions, 69 yards. Juju Smith-Schuster, 2 receptions, 11 yards. Then we switch on over to the Green Bay side. Aaron Rodgers, 20 for 36, 248 yards, 2 TDs. A.J. Dillon, 15 carries, 81 yards. Aaron Jones, 15 carries, 48 yards. Then you had Randall Cobb, 5 receptions, 69 yards, 2 TDs. Yeah, so, we talk about how bad Aaron Rodgers, he's a bad man in a good way, though. Packers continue to stack these W's, and the Steelers continuing to stack up these L's. Big Ben he's been declining for the past 3-4 seasons. I just feel like he just needs to just retire at this point because he's just, but the problem is the other quarterbacks they don't have enough faith really to make them starting quarterbacks because they really backup quarterbacks. Then the next game I want to discuss, the Chiefs and the Eagles. Now, this was a high-scoring game. Chiefs defeated the Eagles 42-30. You had Pat Mahomes with 24-30, 278 yards, 5 TDs, 1 interception. Clyde Edwards, CEH, 42 carries, 102 yards. They had Darrell Williams, 10 carries, 42 yards, 1 TD. Tyreek Hill, he had a monster game with 11 receptions, 186 yards, 3 TDs. Travis Kelce, 4 receptions, 23 yards. Then we switch on over to the Eagles side. Jalen Hurts, 32 of 48, 387 yards, 2 TDs, 8 carries, 47 yards. Kenneth Gainway, 3 carries, 31 yards. Miles Sanders, 7 carries, 13 yards. Devontae Smith, 7 receptions, 122 yards. Dallas Goedert, 5 receptions, 56 yards, 1 TD. My quick take on this game is Eagles defense is trash right now. I feel like they soft and sweet like a soft baked chocolate chip cookie, man. Chiefs just had their way at their house. Even though Jalen Hurts outplayed Pat Mahomes in this game, the Chiefs still got the W. So then we're gonna switch on over to we're gonna discuss a couple of NBA preseason games that went in place. That happened. The Brooklyn Nets defeated the Lakers 123-97. Paul Millsap had 18 minutes. He played for 18 minutes, 10 boards, 3 assists, 10 points. LaMarcus Aldridge, congrats to him on returning back after a health concern. He was 15 minutes, 4 boards, 3 assists, 6 points. Then you had Bryce Brown. He played for 25 minutes, 3 boards, 3 assists, 12 points. Cam Thomas, he played for 22 minutes, 4 boards, 2 assists, 21 points. On the Lakers side, and AD played for 11 minutes, 1 board, 1 assist, 6 points. DeAndre Jordan, 17 minutes, 4 boards, 1 assist, 7 points. Talon Horton Tucker played for 26 minutes, 4 boards, 3 assists, 10 points. Malik Monk, he had a decent game. Played for 21 minutes, 2 boards, 1 assist, 15 points. Now we all want this to hopefully this will be the NBA Finals this season because we all anticipated that these two teams will meet up in the NBA Finals. Didn't happen last season. Could happen this season. Both teams are stacked. Both teams have new players. Now, I just had to get the edge to the Nets because um, even though the because both these teams are stacked, but when it comes to shooting, I have to go with um, the Nets. Then you have the Sixers versus Raptors. Raptors 100 and I can't really see the chat. Yeah, so you had the Andre Drummond, 24 minutes. He played for 24 minutes, 19 boards, 3 assists, 19 points. You had Tyrese Maxey. He played for 21 minutes, 1 board, 3 assists, 10 points. Seth Curry, 17 minutes, 1 board. Wow, I'm like, why? Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. Like, my chat just popped up. Yeah, so sorry about that.
What's up?
What's up? So,
How you?
I don't know, for some reason y'all could hear me, but I couldn't hear y'all. So I had to restart the stream. Technical difficulties, but
Yeah, it's all good, man.
I was talking about the Nets and the Lakers.
Okay. Hey, I heard you talk about the Washington football team.
Yeah, what's your take on
Yeah, I want to
Washington
address that.
versus Atlanta Falcons?
And also, when you're done with this, if you can change the name because it got my name spelled wrong on the title.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's cool though. We can always edit that. But so yeah, I'm a Washington football team fan. Die hard. But we got probably the worst secondary in the league. Secondary is bad, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What's going on? Sorry, chat. What's going on, Daryl? What's going on, Kels? Shantice, Prince Productions. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for coming through. If you can, make sure you share it out, tweet it out, smash that like button, and enjoy the rest of the show. Sorry again for technical difficulties, but yeah, man, I'm also a diehard Washington football team fan, but it's just like we're not living up to the hype right now. We're not living up to the hype right now, and it's just like offensively, we are good. We got room improvement offensively, but defensively, like we were down all that game. But it's like we can't. Like eventually, the defense gonna have to step up. We cannot rely on the offense to just get the job done.
Exactly.
We all know defense wins championships, and all that time we got on the defensive end of the ball. William Jackson III, Kendall Fuller, Landon Collins, Bobby McCain, Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Deron Payne, John Allen. I mean, this team defensively is stacked. We supposed to be a top 5, top 10 defense. We're not acting like it right now.
The secondary. So, it's a secondary, man. So the thing is, the secondary is playing poorly. They can't cover nobody, especially William Jackson. William Jackson gets fried every game. Every time I look up, he's getting even a pass interference or somebody casting a D ball on him. Landry Collins is not a good coverage guy. I mean, maybe they need to bring him down to the box, like put him as like a linebacker or something like that. But as far as coverage, he's not that good. But I like Taylor Heineke. I like Taylor Heineke since last year. You know, one thing about Taylor Heineke, he's a playmaker. He's a playmaker because not only he can throw the ball in the air, he can use his legs. And that's something Fitzpatrick can't do. You know, and then another thing I like about Taylor Heineke, he gives his receivers chances. Like he throws the ball to McLaurin. You know, last year Alex Smith wasn't doing that. You know, so but I like our offense, but that defense, man, I don't know.
And we paid William Jackson that big of a deal, and
Man,
you
Will
playing
Jackson.
like that? Come on, man! Like, and then on top of that, we dealing with all these injuries. We had to sign a tight end because Logan Thomas is going to be on short-term IR.
Yep.
You got J.D. McKissick getting injured. You got Antonio Gibson. You got all of these. Then you got John Bostic. You got a lot of these. You dealing with a lot of injuries. And then earlier today, a couple players got released. The New England Patriots released the four-time Pro Bowler, Stephon Gilmore, which like the type of cornerback he is, like it just amazes me how the Patriots just going to release a top-tier cornerback like that.
Yeah, he won Defensive Player of the Year, but they were bumping heads. He wanted a contract, and they weren't going to give it to him. And then he wasn't going to play. You know, so they traded him. He went to the Panthers. So that's a good pickup for them. But Gibson,
and then also the Dallas Cowboys, they released Jaden Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually trying to appreciate you. All right, bro, have a good stream. Appreciate you. You said go Giants. Yeah, man, y'all pulled the upset. Y'all pulled the upset against the Saints. I talked about that yesterday. That was my yesterday's video too. How the Giants, and I had a feeling the Giants was going to upset the Saints because the Saints led most of the game, but you know the Giants is better than what their records say. It's just
exactly they have a good roster
record, so people gonna be they trash and all of that. But the Giants always play hard.
They got a nice roster, you know, and
right,
yeah. So, yeah,
right. Now I was talking about. Make sure I covered all the NFL games that we. Oh, there's a couple that other ones. Okay, the Packers and the Steelers.
Oh yeah.
My take of this game is that Aaron Rodgers, he's another real good quarterback, and then Big Ben, it's like these past 3-4 seasons, he's just been declining, and his stats been downward, and it's just like. But the problem is, they can't release him or let him retire because they don't have a good backup quarterback package.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins, which used to be with Washington.
Yeah.
But he did some stupid stuff. He violated COVID protocols and was doing stuff that he wasn't supposed to do. He clearly didn't care about playing with Washington, even though when Jay Gruden was the head coach, he didn't want Dwayne Haskins. He wanted Daniel Jones.
Yeah. And
Dwayne Haskins in the fire early.
Yeah, that was bad.
Plays a part of, how his career is right now. And it's like, we were talking about Dwayne Haskins in college. I think he threw over 50-something touchdowns, and he had a small number of interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it's crazy. Like, what's up, Savage? It's crazy because Mike Tomlin never had a losing season, every season he has been a winning season. But the way they're looking right now, this could be his first losing season. What's your take on this Packers and Steelers game?
Yeah, a lot of people are high on. I know a lot of Steelers fans, and they will prefer Dwayne Haskins right now over Big Ben because what Big Ben issue is, he don't push the ball downfield. He don't create big plays. Now he did on the first drive. They did get that first touchdown. That was a big play, but that's not often. But you look at they roster on offense. They got some playmakers. Najee Harris, the running back, he's playing really good this year. They got Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson hasn't dropped a pass yet all year. He like every target he's been throwing at, he caught every single pass. Also, they got Juju Smith, right? Of course, they got Juju, and they got Claypool. I know Claypool hurt right now, but they had a young quarterback or a quarterback who could push the ball downfield. They'll be good. And I don't know why they throwing the ball so much. Najee Harris only ran the ball 15 times.
Exactly. Right.
And he has 60 yards. Let the man run the ball, especially you playing against the Packers. You want to win at the time of possession when you play Aaron Rodgers. You want to get the ball out of his hands, get him out of rhythm. So, but the Packers, man, since their first loss against the Saints, they've been steamrolling. They've been playing. They offense look pretty good. They offense look elite. And their defense has stepped up since the Lions. The Lions first half, they look bad. But since the second half of the Lions game, they've been playing better too, the defense. So, that's my really take on that. The Steelers need to retire. Big Ben need to say something. He needs to go to corporate, go to CEO, whatever, what the owners, and be like, "Hey, I'm done. I'm gonna hang it up. I'm gonna pass it down. I'm done." But he's not gonna do that. So,
because he has had a hell of a career. He's a Super Bowl champ.
Yeah.
But like I said, like
Hall of Famer.
Nigel, like I said, like. You all drafted Nigel Harris for a reason because y'all didn't have no run game identity.
Yeah, last year they didn't
James Conner wasn't the guy. He clearly wasn't the guy. But the last time the Steelers had a real good run game was when they had Le'Veon Bell. When they had Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and they were nice. But now it's like Big Ben, and Nigel Harris only had 15 carries, 62 yards and 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
They need to feed him more.
Exactly.
And Deontay Johnson, he had 9 receptions for 92 yards and 1 touchdown. He could have easily had a 100-yard game. Let me block this right. I don't know what. Sorry about that.
Yeah, man. Big Ben needs to hang it up.
Sorry about that. I don't know who that is. I'm trying to block him.
Yeah, these spammers, man.
Anyway, yeah, excuse that. Shout out to 7, yo. How's everybody doing in the chat? Don't mind that ignorant. But we're gonna talk about the Chiefs and the Eagles. Now, this was a high-scoring game.
Yeah,
a real high-scoring game. Now, even though Jalen Hurts outplayed Pat Mahomes because Jalen Hurts he was 32 for 48. 387 yards and 2 touchdowns, also 8 carries and 47 yards, while Pat Mahomes, 24 for 30, 278 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Now, Tyreek Hill was clearly the MVP of the game. He had 11 receptions for 186 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns. And then my take of this game is that the Eagles, they not bad offensively, but their defense it's just too soft. It's just like they not models. They have another bad defense, just like Washington football team.
Yes.
You know, and
the Chiefs, right?
No. Well, the Chiefs do as well. I mean, both of these teams have
defense,
defenses.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the Chiefs they so good offensively.
They can make up for it.
They can live with their defense not being all that good. With the Eagles, it's a different story. You know, but like we all say, defense wins championships, and the Chiefs division is pretty tough. Like just about all the teams has improved. You know, the Chargers has improved, Raiders has improved, the Broncos have improved. What is your take of the Chiefs and the Eagles game?
Yeah, I wouldn't say Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes because Jalen Hurts threw the ball 48 times. He threw the ball 18 more times to Patrick Mahomes because the Eagles' problem is they don't run the ball. Like when they play the Cowboys, they ran the ball like 4 times the whole game, or something like that. When they play the Cowboys, I'm looking at the Chiefs game. The Chiefs ran the ball. They had, Edwards have over 100 yards, 102 yards, or 14 carries. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts ran the ball the most. I mean, outside of Jalen Hurts, they ran the ball 11 times. So they need to run the ball more because Jalen Hurts is not a drop back passer like that. He's really not. He threw the ball 48 times. Like, come on. Like, when you're playing the Chiefs, you have to come in with a game plan to win. Like, just like I said about the Steelers and the Packers, you got to win the time of possession. Keep the ball away from the Chiefs. They're going to score most of their drives. So you want to play keep away. Because Patrick Mahomes had 5 TDs. He was 24 and 30, 5 TDs. You know what I mean? My take is the Eagles are bad this year. But it tells you how bad the Chiefs' defense is. That's going to be it. They need to do something about that defense because they can't keep going to these games having the mindset we're going to outscore you. When it comes to playoff time, everybody's offense dwindles and your defense rises in the playoffs. So their defense had to improve because they can't rely on their offense all the time come playoff time.
Right.
You can't do that. So that's my take for real on that game.
Yeah, and it's like, and not only that, but it's like there's no way your quarterback should be the leading rusher on the team.
Every game.
Like, I just don't like what I don't understand about the Eagles is that I don't know if they got some type of vendetta with Miles Sanders, but for some reason you're not feeding him the ball enough.
Yeah,
and it's like if you don't want Miles Sanders on the team, just let him go. Let him become a free agent. Let somebody else pick him up so he could be more utilized. Because clearly they're not utilizing Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
This was a crazy game. This was a real crazy game. So we're gonna switch on over to the NBA side.
Yeah.
Now I was talking about the Nets and the Lakers.
Okay.
How the Nets and Lakers defeated the Lakers 123 to 97, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Let's see. You had Paul Millsap with 10 boards, 3 assists, 10 points. You had, LaMarcus with 4 boards, 3 assists, 6 points. And then you had Cam Thomas that played for 22 minutes with 4 boards, 2 assists, 21 points. Then we switch on the Lakers side. AD only played for 11 minutes, 1 board, 1 assist, 6 points. DeAndre Jordan, he played for 17 minutes, 4 boards, 1 assist, 7 points. And then one of the new members on the team, Malik Monk, played for 21 minutes, 2 boards, 1 assist, and 15 points. Now, we all were highly anticipating that these two teams would meet in the NBA Finals last season, but that didn't happen. But I believe that they could possibly meet in the NBA Finals this season if both teams are fully healthy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, the Lakers are stacked, don't get me wrong. And they got the veterans and they got all that championship experience. But they don't have enough shooting. The Nets have shooters.
Mm-hmm.
And also people are just wondering, Kyrie Irving's vaccination status.
Yeah.
So now they trying to figure out a backup plan because right now they don't seem like he's going to be playing right now.
Mm-hmm. Only away games.
What's your take of this game right here, Nets versus Lakers?
Yeah, this is like the preview finals matchup, like you said, all are healthy. Now, what I like about now, both teams look good as far as depth wise, but the Nets, they depth is so good. They got, you see Paul Millsap, Aldridge, you know what I mean? They got Patty Mills going off the bench, you know what I mean?
Right.
So like the Lakers have shooting too, but a lot of these shooters will be coming off the bench. They got Kendrick Nunn who shot 40% last year. They got Malik Monk who shot with 40% last year. You know what I mean? Who else they got? They got Malik Monk. They also got Wayne Ellington, who's also a good 3-point shooter. You know what I mean? Kay Bazemore shot over 40% last year, but Kay Bazemore, he's not a great shooter to me. I think he's had a good year. He's not known for being a good shooter. So they do have shooters, but they come off the bench. They're not going to be playing a lot of minutes. So they three best players aren't great shooters. AD is not a great shooter. LeBron, his 3-point shooter has improved. He's like an average 3-point shooter now. And Westbrook, we know about him. His 3-point shooting is terrible. Now, the one thing we were still trying to figure out about the Lakers is the chemistry. We know the Nets, they got that chemistry. We saw it last year. The 7 games they played, they look amazing, But the Lakers, we got to figure out how they're going to look with AD, LeBron, and Westbrook on the court together.
Yeah.
And
that's definitely true.
Yeah.
That's definitely true because it's like the Lakers done signed. They have all of these new players that they had to build chemistry with before postseason. Because come postseason, hopefully by postseason, they'll have all that chemistry built. Because you're going to need, they're gonna need to be on the same page.
Yes.
And I don't believe that Russell Westbrook will average a triple-double because now I believe he's going to average a double-double, but triple-double like he's been doing because he's been known to be the primary ball handler. Well, with the Lakers, he's most likely won't be the primary ball handler. Or if he's the primary ball handler, then he could average a triple-double. You could triple-dub because triple-doubles is just for some reason it's easy to him to get. What's going on, Sister Ariel? How you doing? So yeah, it's a lot of things they got to build chemistry. But if I had to bet Lakers shooters versus the Nets shooters, I'm leaning towards Nets shooters.
Yes.
Like all big three, the Nets big three can all shoot lights out.
Y'all great.
The Lakers big three, it's like it's not so much. I mean they're shooting there, but they not out shooting the Nets shooters.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they got all that talent. Now, if the Lakers don't win the chip, I'm doing good, Ariel. Thanks for asking. But if the Lakers don't make it to the finals and win the chip, with all that talent they have, it's gonna be a lot of people asking questions about what's going on, why you didn't win the chip with all that talent. But then again, it's like history says it all. Like in the past, there's been plenty of NBA teams that stacked with all this talent. Some have made it to the finals and won a chip, others haven't.
Yeah.
So hopefully the Nets and the Lakers can meet in the NBA finals. Even though the West is stacked. But we're gonna talk about the Sixers and the Raptors.
Okay. Sixers.
The Raptors won 123 to 107. You had Andre Drummond with he played for 24 minutes, 19 boards, 3 assists, 19 points in his Sixers preseason debut. And then Tyrese Maxey, he had 21. He played for 21 minutes, 1 board, 3 assists, 10 points. And then we're gonna talk about Steph Curry, 17 minutes, 1 board, 2 assists, 14 points. And then the Raptors side, OG, he played for 25 minutes, 3 boards, 1 assist, 21 points. Scotty Barnes, he played for 25 minutes, 9 boards, 6 assists, 13 points. Now, my take with this game is, for the Sixers, like, what are they dealing with this Ben Simmons issue? And it's like, the other day they were supposed to, I think was it last week, I think Ben Simmons was supposed to be due that $8.2 million, but he ended up not getting paid because they put that in a special account. So they were talking about for every game that he missed, they're gonna deduct over $300,000 out of that $8.2 million for every game he misses. So but I'm just interested to see how the Raptors play without Kyle Lowry, because Kyle Lowry is with Miami Heat now. So it seems to me like the Raptors could be a surprising team. What's your take of this game, Sixers and Raptors?
Yeah, I think Kyle Lowry would get out of Van Vliet's way, but I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs on the Raptors. The East getting better. You got the Bulls to worry about now. The Knicks gonna be better this year. The Pacers are gonna be better. Karis LeVert gonna play a full season. So the East is getting better. Not even mentioning Boston. So I don't think Toronto will be better than any of those teams. And then Philly with the Ben Simmons situation, I mean, he's not gonna play no more. He put his house for sale already. He already said he's willing to. He got endorsements. He got a shoe deal. I mean, he's not really tripping off money, So, but when it comes to the Sixers, I like Andre Drummond, how he played that night against Toronto. Yeah. He looked really good, and I'm curious to see how it would look with him and Joel and be together. But that's basically it.
Oh, that's gonna be a real good center package right there, Embiid and Andre Drummond. Because people thought that him being with the Lakers would work out. What's up, Roy? My boy Roy. People thought that Andre Drummond would work out with the Lakers. That clearly didn't work out. But I do think him being in this situation with the Philadelphia Sixers would work. I mean, his preseason debut, 19 boards, 3 assists, 19 points in 24 minutes. I mean, that's not bad at all. So yeah, I definitely believe that the Sixers is still a playoff contending team. Now they really have to figure out this Ben Simmons situation because you got to look at it like for years they've been doing everything to accommodate Ben Simmons. You know, and B, the comment that B said, he's highly frustrated.
Yeah.
Because he know that the Sixers have done everything to keep Ben Simmons happy and try to, you know, they got rid of Jimmy Butler because they wanted Ben Simmons to have the ball more. You know, like they let go of people for Ben Simmons. You know, and it's just it's a tough situation. Hopefully they get that situation squared away. But we got the Hawks versus the Heat. The Heat beat the Hawks 125-99. Now the Atlanta Hawks, John Collins, he played for 22 minutes, 9 boards, 1 assist, 14 points. Bogdanovich, he played 23 minutes, 1 board, 3 assists, 10 points. Then Trae Young, 3 assists, 19 points in 18 minutes. And then the Heat side, you had Duncan Robinson. He had a board, assist, 13 points in 22 minutes. PJ Tucker, he had 4 boards, 1 assist, 6 points in 13 minutes. Bam Adebayo had 5 boards, 14 points, and 15 minutes. Tyler Hero, 4 boards, 4 assists, 26 points, and 26 minutes. I think the Miami Heat, they could be surprising team. Now, do I think that they're gonna make it to the playoffs? The East has gotten better. Do I believe that Kyle Lowry will get them over the hump and help them win a chip? I'm not quite sure about that. Mm-hmm. Now, do I believe the Miami Heat is a good team? You know, we shall see with Kyle Lowry. Mm-hmm. But you know, Tyler Hero, they brought back Duncan Robinson. They picked up PJ Tucker from the Milwaukee Bucks, which he won a chip with them from. So what's your take on this game, the Hawks versus the Heat?
Yeah, Miami, you know, Miami they made improvement. They signed PJ Tucker. That's going to help out, you know, on the defensive end. And Miami's already a gritty team. They're already like a hard-nosed organization. So adding PJ Tucker is great. I think Bam Adebayo is going to have a better season, you know, because he played whenever a player goes to play for USA, they always come back much better because they've been around these stars 24/7. So he's going to improve. Kyle Lowry, he will help this team, but he's not going to be like this amazing difference, you know. But he will help this team. But watching that game, Tyler Hero did a great job. You know, he was using our floater more. You know, he had 26 points in 26 minutes. He played good yesterday. And don't forget, Oladipo's hurt, so he's going to be back around Christmas, I believe. So they do have a nice roster. So I do think they'll make the playoffs. But like you said, they won't make no championship run, I don't think. But it's all about matchups. And then the Atlanta Hawks, you know, they were the surprise team last year. They caught people off guard last year. Now people are on guard this year. And I don't think they make it into the Eastern Conference. That's not happening. You know, they need somebody else that's going to run with Trae Young. Now, I do like Cam Reddish. You know, he was hurt most of the year last year. He came back towards the end of the season. But I think he'll be a good piece for them coming back for the 4th season. But other than that, I mean, the Hawks are just the Hawks. You know, it might be like a 4th or 5th seed again. You know,
yeah. But I don't see like the Hawks, I feel like they need another piece to to complement
Trae
Trae
Young.
Young.
Yes.
If they find a good piece to complement Trae Young, they can be that playoff contender team that they were last season.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't see. I feel like last season they had a chance to win a chip, but this season I just don't see it. I
Yeah.
see them. If they do make it to the postseason, I see them possibly maybe in a play-in tournament, fighting for a spot in the playoffs. But do I see them succeeding like they did last postseason? I do not.
Yeah, I don't
Because
think
I
they are.
think that they're a piece away from getting back to that playoff contending Atlanta Hawks team that we seen last postseason. So we're going to talk about the Warriors versus the Trailblazers. The Warriors won 127 to 107. Andrew Wiggins finally ended up getting vaccinated, getting the vaccine. He had 1 board, 2 assists, 13 points in 16 minutes. Then you had Draymond Green, 2 boards, 7 points in 14 minutes. Jordan Poole went crazy. He had 30 points, 5 assists, 5 boards in 22 minutes. Steph Curry had 13 points, 5 assists, 5 boards in 20 minutes. And then Otto Porter Jr., 19 points, 4 assists, 4 boards. He played in 18 minutes. He had Norman Powell, had 1 board, 1 assist, 13 points in 18 minutes. Nurkic played for 23 minutes. He had 10 boards and 15 points. Dame Dollar had 8. He played for 18 minutes. He had 4 boards, 2 assists, 19 points. Am I missing somebody? No, that's it. So my take of that game is I believe that because they're going to miss Klay Thompson in the start of the regular season. But if he comes back and he has that, and he's that Klay Thompson, at least that 80% of that Klay Thompson that we seen the very last time he played a full season, the Warriors could possibly be back to possibly and maybe making another title run. But they need to have an 80% Klay Thompson. They are not going to win another chip without Klay Thompson.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like we seen Steph Curry try to carry the Warriors. Can't do it. He needs his help. He needs help. You know, and Klay Thompson was a crucial piece to them winning all them championships. You know?
Yeah.
As far as Portland, it's just like I get Damian Lillard's trying to be loyal to Portland Trailblazers because he's been playing for the Portland Trailblazers since he got drafted. But I just feel like Dame Dollar deserves to be on a contending team, contending for a chip. And Portland just him and CJ McCollum is just not working out.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gonna have to go. And I feel like Dame Dollar should really find a team because he's deserving of being in the playoff, being with a team that's contending for a chip. You know, I understand you want to be loyal, you want to spend your entire career with one team, but she
Yeah.
want to contend for a chip.
Facts.
You done fell short too many times with Trailblazers. I think it's time for you to move on from Portland. That could be C.J. McCollum's team. You can go to another team, possibly make it your team. You that much of a player. You that good of a player. So, what's your take of the Warriors and Trailblazers game?
Yeah, so I like the fact that Jordan Poole shot the ball more. That's what they need. They need Jordan Poole to be aggressive because last year Steph didn't have they had any spacing on the floor, so they was triple teaming, double teaming Steph all day. But you're right, they need Klay Thompson to make a run, and I think with a healthy Klay Thompson, and you add Draymond Green into the mix with Steph and Klay, Draymond Green is a different player, so Steph can make an MVP run this year. I believe they can make an MVP run, and yeah, and then as far as Portland, with Chauncey Billups coach now, I mean they got the same exact team from last year. I don't get why Dame wants to stay, but hopefully the scheming I guess could change with Chauncey Billups, him being the point guard also. You know, I do think they will be better with Chauncey, but I don't think they'll be much better because I mean they got the same exact team. And I don't think Dame could be a Batman for a championship team. He needs to be
Right,
the second option.
right,
So
and I just congrats on Chauncey Billups on getting that job. Um, but I just think that even with him becoming the new head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, I still, like you said, it's still the same team. It's just a new coach, and it's just like how much longer are you gonna stay on this same train before you get off and realize that this ain't working out. I need to hop on another train.
mhm.
He needs to I know he wants to come on you I know he wants to win championships, and I understand your loyalty to Portland Trailblazers, but loyalty doesn't help you win chips. You need to be on a contending team. You know, now in order for Dame Dollar to be the Batman of a team, he has to be the starting. He has to be the starting guard. He can't be the backup guard. And then as far as like the Warriors, I it's good that Jordan Poole is shooting because they are like then in the depth behind Steph Curry. So they need some guards to back him up when he on the bench.
Yes.
Because but I believe that if Klay Thompson comes back 80% himself and shooting lights out, he's one of the top best shooters the NBA has ever seen, along with Steph Curry.
Yeah.
But
He is.
yeah, so that's my take of that game. Let's see. I have one more game to talk about, and then that's pretty much gonna be it.
Okay.
The Nuggets versus the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Clippers won 103 to 102. Michael Porter Jr. 7 boards, 1 assist, 23 points, and 22 minutes. Aaron Gordon, 4 boards, 3 assists, 8 points, 21 minutes. Then on the Clippers side, Eric Bledsoe, 2 boards, 3 assists, 4 points, and 10 minutes. Reggie Jackson, 1 assist, 9 points, and 7 minutes. Terrence Mann, um, 8 boards, 5 assists, 14 points, and 30 minutes. Luke Kennard, 4 boards, 3 assists, 9 points, and 28 minutes. Um, I believe the Clippers could possibly be back in the postseason. Now, I do wish that they had Kawhi Leonard because I believe that everybody knows that if Kawhi Leonard didn't get injured in that Utah game, Jazz game, and he was healthy, they would have beat the Suns, and it would have been them versus the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and everybody would have known the Clippers would have had a better shot against the Bucks versus the Suns. You know, like for
match
it's
up
good
better.
that the Suns made it that far, but I mean, Giannis, he made two of the most historic plays in NBA Finals history.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Booker tried to throw a lob to DeAndre Ayton. Giannis rejected that. And then there was another play where Devin Booker was dribbling and Drew Holiday got the steal, ran back on their side, and Drew Holiday could have shot it, but he lobbed it to Giannis, and that was great. I still look at that play to this day. It was that crazy. It's just that crazy, man. But yeah, the Nuggets, they gotta get Jamal Murray back.
Yeah.
And you could tell that his absence really really made a huge impact in their success in their postseason. Because I believe that if Jamal Murray was healthy and was playing last postseason, didn't get injured, the Nuggets would have advanced.
Pete Phoenix.
I just felt like, and the Suns, you know, that they ran out of luck because I just feel like the Suns just got. I mean, look at how lucky they got. They got unlucky. You know, the Suns. You know, they'd be the Lakers and the Nuggets and getting their path wasn't as hard as, you know. Well, overall, the postseason injuries played a part.
Yeah,
a lot of people got injured, and I just feel like, you know, like I said, the Clippers could have gave the Bucks a run for their money if they would have made it to the finals.
True.
But what's your take of this game?
Yeah, you know, the Nuggets do need Jamal Murray. They have a deep team. They just signed Aaron Gordon to a longer contract, so they need Jamal Murray basically. You know, they pretty set. And then when it comes to the Clippers, I'm really high on the Clippers. I think I like the fact that Reggie Jackson came back. Paul George, he had a great playoff last year, and I think you remember the last time he played a full season without Kawhi, he was an MVP candidate for OKC. You know, so I think Paul George is going to have a breakout year. I still think the Clippers are going to be relevant. They still have a matchup problem because they have depth. You know, they have so many pieces they can plug in, and they can create mismatches. They can match up with you. You know, they just overall they got a good team. So and Luke Kennard, he played good last postseason too. So they all got that playoff experience. You know, so they confident. They were right there. They're confident. They're coming back with some swag, and now they're not the favorite no more. They're more like the underdog. So, and they perform much better like that. And I like Ty Lue. I think Ty Lue is a good coach. So, yeah.
Yeah, Ty Lue is definitely a good coach. He's definitely a big part of, you know, no disrespect to Doc Rivers, but Doc Rivers, I mean, he's a hell of a coach, but for some reason he just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah.
With the Clippers. It's just, but Ty Lue, he just entered there. He just basically, you know, he helped the team go far in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much all the notes I have. You know, we discussed all of the the NBA, all the NFL games that that I told you about. The same with the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely nice to have you as a featured guest.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Again, for those of y'all that's watching and in the chat, tell the people again about a little bit more about your podcast or your
Yeah,
channel.
yeah. So basically, it's called Refuse to Lose. Refuse to Lose with Joe Jordan. It's basically a sports podcast. Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, we got an episode coming out at 7 a.m. in the morning. 2 videos, one NFL, one NBA. We do a live debate every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on my Instagram. And my Instagram name is my name on here, Joeneverlose. And also, we do a weekend episode every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. So everything, and none of the videos are live except for the live debate on Wednesday. That's about it.
So like I haven't maybe I should try to do some pre-recorded videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe like maybe sometimes make my podcast episode make it like an actual episode, like pre-recorded video.
Mm-hmm.
Don't always have to be live like this. I know some people some of their episodes is live, others maybe pre-recorded. So I'm gonna mix it up, do some live episodes and do some pre-recorded episodes. Now I also have another podcast with my crew Saturdays. But
Okay.
I have an understanding now that I'm not gonna always have my solo podcast on like Friday nights or like my crew podcast on Saturday afternoons, because it all depends on the availability of these guests.
Yeah.
Whenever I have guests on my podcast. So normally I would have been doing this Friday night, but this was a good night for you. So that's why I made an adjustment, and I'm normally, I normally do my topic list. Of course I do my topic list early because I had to do it tonight. But yeah, man, I had a blast, man.
Yeah, me too.
Discussing these NBA and but you definitely know your stuff. There's a lot of people that they on point with their stuff with sports and stuff. I just go do the stats and basically get my take.
Yeah. You know yourself too, though.
Yeah. I'm still kind of new to the podcast world and stuff. But I'm starting to get the hang of making topic lists, because I feel like when I make a topic list, the conversations will be organically and naturally, that I can really have conversations for a long time when I have stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And these are some good games that we discussed, both the NBA and the NFL. This is the end of episode 4. Shout out to Joeneverlose, Refuse to Lose podcast. Y'all make sure y'all go sub up to his channel, check out his podcast, check out his content. Appreciate you for coming through, man.
Yes,
hopefully have you as a guest in the future again.
Just let me know, man. I'll make it happen.
And also, if you want me to be a guest on your podcast one day, let me know. So make sure y'all smash that like button. And y'all have a blessed night. Until the next episode, y'all.
All right, man. Stay blessed.
All right. Peace.
All right.